What's that fragrance? It seems like something huge is being baked. Just like you guessed, it's the batch of millions of crepes being made in factories. I am one of those freaks who is completely mad about fancy breakfast, and for that reason, I love having crepes loaded with lots of berries and cream in the morning. Undoubtedly, flour is the backbone of any crepe, so this is our first stop. The harvested wheat is transported to storage silos. Now the process is typical. The grains will be cleaned, tempered, and milled into superfine flour. Oh, absolutely. Crepes almost always include eggs. They're one of those amazing ingredients that holds everything together and gives crepes their soft, flexible texture. With the simple science, the proteins in eggs help the batter bind, while the yolks add richness. It ends up being the most delicious breakfast ever. Those industries also have amazing machines that can crack, separate, and measure the eggs at lightning speed. If you only use yolks, your crepes would be richer but a bit heavy. And if you used just whites, they'd be lighter but lack that signature creamy texture. So when in doubt, crack the whole egg. Once the carefully sourced ingredients arrive at the factory, it's time for them to meet and mingle in the batter preparation stage. There are two typical methods to make crepes in any factory, one of which is a cylindrical stove to pick the right amount of batter. Spread it in perfectly round shape and pass it along to the massive, flat griddle plates heated to the perfect temperature. For larger scale operations, conveyor belts carry the partially cooked crepe to a second griddle where it cooks on the other side for around 15 to 20 seconds. The other method looks like this, the typical batter dispenser. Crepe day, or la chandeleur as they call it in France, is such a charming tradition, only if I said it right. It's celebrated every February 2nd and has roots that go way back. While it has religious origins tied to the presentation of Jesus at the temple, it's become more widely known and loved as Crepe Day in modern times. If you wondered, the type of wheat you use for crepes makes a huge difference. Let's start with regular wheat. This is the most common choice for sweet crepes, as it has a mild flavor, letting the sweetness of your toppings shine. Now comes buckwheat, which is a whole different vibe. It's gluten-free and darker and has a nuttier, earthier flavor. It's more commonly used in savory crepes, like galettes from Brittany, France. With the crepes perfectly cooked and cooled, it's time for filling and stacking. With the crepes folded, filled, or stacked, it's time for the big finish, packaging and freezing. Hey, you smart people! Enjoying the video? Show us some love by hitting the like button and saving this video so it stays right there in your list to watch again later. Check out those big buddies conveniently handling the most back-breaking task. The workers who belong there must be grateful for sure. Waffles are one of those snacks that have a simple yet magical appeal. Now, think about enjoying a crispy waffle from a factory line, the kind that's perfectly crisped, golden brown, and ready to be devoured in just a few minutes. It seems tempting, isn't it? Waffles are made with a process called flash baking. This involves a quick heat blast, which crisps up the outside of the waffles in seconds, ensuring they stay crunchy longer and have a crispier texture when you bite into them. After baking, the waffles are carefully cooled to maintain their crispy texture. It's important to prevent moisture from making the waffles soggy. When you see those perfectly cut cubes coated in glossy chocolate and wrapped up neatly, have you ever wondered how they're made in factories? The chocolate dropping system is where each cube is guided under a controlled chocolate flow, sometimes called a chocolate curtain. This silky cascade of melted chocolate ensures every cube gets an even coating. Whether you're enjoying them with cheese, spreads, or just on their own, there's something deeply satisfying about those crackers, specifically their crunch and lightness. Some crackers are perforated with tiny holes, which isn't just for decoration, obvious. Those holes, called docking holes, help prevent air bubbles from forming during baking. These cookies are somehow a cultural icon in South Korea and beyond. Known for their wholesome, lightly sweet taste and satisfying crunch, these cookies have become a go-to treat for generations. Speaking of cultural impact, digit cookies have become a staple in lunchboxes and tea times across South Korea. I don't want to put an end to this amazing video so soon, so you watch this luscious chocolate coating scene while we move to the next part of our video. Every year, hundreds of millions of highlighter pens are made all over the world, showing just how popular they are. I know you've never imagined that one day you will be walking through the factory of those colorful highlighter pens. Neither that we would make it all possible, so stay right there for a few moments and you will see why you should thank us. Let's get straight to the point. You know your highlighter pens are made from a special plastic called polypropylene, and it's a prime choice for these colorful tools. You might wonder why polypropylene? Well, it's super durable. So, to kickstart the process, the entire mixture is injected into specially designed molds. These molds create the shapes of the barrel and cap of the highlighter. I know you're excited to see what happens next, because dude, that's the favorite part from our childhood. so the machines shape the reservoir to make the ink flow smoothly. Highlighter ink is a magical blend that brings color to our notes. It is made with a combination of fluorescent dyes, water, and a special solvent, usually glycol, which helps the ink flow smoothly. This careful process ensures that every pen produces the same brilliant color, making highlighting easy and fun. Once the nib is shaped and ready, it is attached directly to the reservoir, allowing the ink to flow smoothly from the container through the tip. It is usually made with porous material that absorbs ink quickly and dispenses evenly. Inside these highlighters factories, machines do most of the work, making sure everything runs smoothly. This reduces waste and makes sure each pen works the same way. This entire process of final assembling is all so beautiful and quick to spot in one go. With each stroke, the ink brings important information to life, helping students and professionals shine in their work. Okay, those tri-highlighters are a smart and affordable choice. You get multiple colors in one pack for a low price, making them perfect for students and professionals who need to use them on an almost daily basis. This automated process prepares hundreds or thousands of highlighters for assembly, making the production quick and efficient. Once ready, machines attach the nibs to the triangular bodies with precision, taking advantage of the flat sides for an easy, accurate fit. Over the years, highlighters have changed in design, color options, and functionality, but they remain essential tools and a huge point of attraction. But adults love highlighters too. Whether at work or studying, they use them to focus on important details in reports, documents, or textbooks. Especially these triangular highlighters, they work on all kinds of surfaces and last longer since the ink doesn't dry out easily, giving you more bang for your buck.
Come on, you're telling me sausages ain't your forever love. You've got to be kidding, because it's almost impossible to leave sausages untouched in the plate. As I felt you deserved to know how factories made your favorite sausages, so I've managed to get inside the processing plant. Let's begin with the fresh, clean meat carefully fed into the machine, ensuring it's boneless to avoid any processing issues. It's divided into portions to constantly send them into huge grinders, but bit by bit. This step-by-step approach guarantees that the meat is perfectly processed without any lumps to achieve perfection in every bite. As they chose to give the sausages a perfect blend and mouth-watering flavors, they worked on the mix meats, which involves frozen meat too. Just to inform you, freezing the meat at low temperatures for a specific duration kills parasites and bacteria, crucial for the safety of sausages. This process not only enhances their shape to perfection, but also extends the shelf life of these savory treats, giving them a smooth, buttery texture. You can see how beautifully the entire meat is shredded and chopped. Buckle up, because it's going to be richy smooth just as you like. In the next step, a mix of spices or herbs are added for a great flavor. It's all in the blend of spices and meats. Some are spicy with a kick of pepper, while others are mild so they will be just cooked perfectly. Ice adds moisture to the mixture, so it's added in a little amount to help in achieving the desired juiciness and consistency in the final product. Keeping the mixture cold makes it easier to mix the ingredients evenly, ensuring a consistent flavor throughout the sausage's production. You can see how the frozen meat and spices blend smoothly into a soft, even texture after being expertly ground, along with a bunch of ice being added in intervals and some other runny but important ingredients. Here comes the eggs, a lot of them. These automatic machines are responsible for cracking the eggs and separating the egg yolks from the whites, because here they need only yolks, so it doesn't seem a challenge thanks to these machines. They're then whisked into the mixture to ensure a lump-free blend. This perfected mixture is then seamlessly integrated into the ground meat for crafting delicious sausages. Packed with savory flavors and made in countless delicious varieties, sausages are a favorite food around the world. Now comes the next step, preparing the natural casing for sausages. It's soaked in cool water for at least 30 minutes to several hours, ensuring it's thoroughly washed to remove any residual salt and all prepared. It's moisturized with a touch of water to prevent drying and maintain its perfect form. The sausage mixture is being carefully piped into the machine, ensuring it's shaped into specific sizes. See how these sausages emerge, perfectly shaped and glistening with a shiny finish, ready to delight your taste buds. Check out this natural casing holding your favorite sausages material. Just look at that consistency. After cutting, these sausages are coated with various flavorful sauces and undergo a pre-drying procedure for several hours. Your favorite sausages are now undergoing the very crowing smoking process, which will help the sausages to gain that delicious flavor. This process also serves several reasons which I'm going to expose in a bit. Finally, they move to the post-drying stage, where the changing color enhances their delicious appeal. In the next stage, they are prepared with natural sausage casings evenly and tied securely to avoid air pockets. Stainless steel hooks or wooden rods are used to hang the sausages, ensuring they are evenly spaced to allow for adequate airflow between each one. This thoughtful arrangement ensures that during the drying and smoking process, each sausage receives consistent exposure to smoke and air, enhancing flavor and texture uniformly. Smoking sausages serves two main purposes. First, it adds a delicious smoky flavor that many people love. Secondly, smoking helps extend the shelf life of sausages. The smoke contains natural compounds that act as preservatives, helping to prevent spoilage and bacteria growth. This means sausages can last longer without the need for artificial additives. So yeah, smoking isn't just about taste. It's a smart way to preserve and enhance one of our favorite foods. After completing the drying process, the hanging sausages are carefully removed from the hooks or rods. Their color has transformed beautifully during this stage. Next, they are swiftly fed into a high-speed robotic system where they are separated with precision using powerful air pressure. As they are getting ready, just imagine, they're perfectly tucked into a warm bun with mustard and onions. My goodness, I barely can focus now. Of course, how could we forget about the packaging? Each sausage is being packed as carefully as it was crafted. They are carefully placed in preset quantities in their desired boxes. Watch as powerful hands tirelessly prepare the casing for sausages, but there's also a little friend that helps to fill up these casings automatically. Now they shape each sausage using precise measuring instruments, and then carefully mold them by hand, preparing them for the drying process. For drying, each sausage is carefully hung one by one on iron rods, ensuring they attain the perfect shape and form. After a precise inspection to ensure top-notch quality, these savory treasures hang to dry and cure in a controlled environment, where their flavors deepen and mature. Maybe next time, before grabbing another bite of sausages, you will remember and appreciate the effort behind making those delicious sausages you eat. Freshly harvested potatoes arrive at the factory, where the chosen potatoes are gently loaded onto a conveyor belt. This belt carries them smoothly into the heart of the washing area, where a steady stream of water showers over them. This stage is important in maintaining the potatoes' hygiene and ensuring they are free from any contaminants that could compromise their quality. After the initial rinse, the potatoes enter a brushing and scrubbing phase. Here, soft brushes mounted on rotating cylinders gently massage the potatoes' skins. Once thoroughly washed, the clean potatoes proceed to a drying stage. That's a step which is typically 2 in 1, meaning they keep on drying naturally while moving ahead towards the further processing, which will be peeling. Obvious, what else it could be. Potatoes enter the automatic peeling station, where abrasive rollers gently remove their skins so they can be moved to these big choppers, which literally cut the potatoes into uniform chunks. So this factory is literally multitasking because it doesn't only prepare potatoes for silky smooth mashed potatoes, but gets the various forms of potatoes for dozens of cuisines. For example, here the special cutters have cut the potatoes into wedge shapes, so potato wedges aren't a hassle now. While some of the peeled potatoes are sent for further examination, where a bunch of experts pass the good quality potatoes to be cut into halves and packed immediately. Yes, because we can't wait more to show you guys the satisfying process of making mashed potatoes in bulk. To prepare the creamiest and most flavorful mashed potatoes, these experts are boiling the potatoes right at the spot. While in many households like mine, where spare time is literally the issue, already boiled potatoes like boiled a day or two before are used to make mashed potatoes real quick. But these buddies know never to compromise their crowing taste. When the potatoes are perfectly boiled, the unnecessary water is drained, and the steamy hot potatoes get their Disney Royal treatment in a smooth blender, as they are the main character. The blender keeps on rotating while bit by bit butter is added into it to give them a thorough and creamy blend. Talk about creamy. In order to make mashed potatoes creamy and dreamy, they'll pour in a specific amount of milk and mix it all over again. This gives the mashed potatoes a smooth texture, and that perfect consistency makes you crave for having more. And there you have it. The superheroes have gone through the ultimate transformation, and the best one, ready to be served as a delicious, creamy side dish, or main, totally depends on your taste. Never underestimate any smaller element, even if it's a small gesture or machine like this nozzle, pouring the equal quantity of mashed potatoes in every batch. It was literally a team effort.